Moving on, for the first time, the DRDO has said that the nuclear power INS Arihant will be ready for the Indian Navy by 2014. This has been announced by Scientific Advisor to Defence Minister DG DRDO Avinash Chandar in an exclusive interview to Headlines today. He also said that the ambitious ballistic missile defence is all set in terms of configurations and will be put through a final series of tests within a month.
The year gone by has been an important year for the DRDO with multiple developments on multiple fronts. To speak about the coming year, we have with us the DG DRDO, Dr. Avinash Chandar. Sir, thank you for the time. When you took over, you had given an interview to us where you said that one of your key thrust areas will be to actually reduce, the second strike capability, the time taken for the same. You've just spoken about the canisterized version of the Agni 5. Could you just, for the understanding of our viewers, explain what does it mean and by when are we looking at this capability?
Canisterization. What you mean is that the total missile is going to be held inside a canister. Compared to a normal hot launch, what you have seen in many of our launches so far, which shows that when the missile is fired, there is a huge flame hitting the ground, and you require a place which has an open space. Compared to that, this missile you can virtually stop on the roadside and launch. That's going to be the capability. And what it means in terms of operational flexibility is, wherever you are moving, it's a road mobile system, you can move anywhere, stop anywhere, practically undetectable, and with the kind of range what you have, you can be firing from anywhere in the country. So it's a undetectable and hence uninterceptable system what is going to be created. That's the dimensional change in the capability with the canisterization.
By when do we expect a system like this to be actually inducted?
We are confident that by next year end, this system will be ready for induction.
So, you made a point about how a lot of items that we import, very often there is hardly a way to actually detect malware, if at all there is. Could you just elaborate on exactly what are your thoughts on that subject?
See, we know that today cyber security is our biggest challenge. We are no longer in the earlier age where we used to buy a system and be confident or be relying on its process. Recent disclosures have indicated how the processes have been subverted to make sure that the information leakage will happen systematically. It's therefore essential that whenever we acquire a new system, which is going to play a vital role, we have a exposure to the processes which are going into it to make sure that we are not getting compromised, we are not getting infiltrated.
This access is not available today, you mean?
And today, most of the systems when you buy, you are buying without what's knowledge inside. So this requires a new paradigm in our thought process, in our purchase methodologies, acquisition processes, that when we buy, we must buy with security in mind.
So my penultimate question, you spoke also about freezing the configurations for the BMD and perhaps within a month you may also do a test. Could you just elaborate on that, sir?
Our BMD has been going on for phase 1 up to 2000 kilometers ranges. We are having the endo-atmospheric intercept and the exo-atmospheric intercepts capability. We have had 6 flight tests of the endo, 2 flight tests of the exo. Now the aim is to consolidate and come to a final systems which can be demonstrated, repeatability, and then we will have to take a decision where it goes further.
And so my last question, the country is extremely excited about 3 particular aspects that the DRDO is involved in. The first is, of course, the Arjun Mark II, which was displayed on the Republic Day parade. Also, the INS Arihant is another area which is of tremendous interest. And finally, the anti-satellite capability. Could you tell us updates on these, sir?
Anti-satellite capability basically consists of 3 elements. Ability to track a satellite, ability to reach the satellite, and finally, ability to have a pinpoint hit. We definitely are tracking satellites. We have the capability to launch. We are launching Agni class of systems which are going into 1000 kilometers up in the sky, so you can reach the satellites. And finally, the kill vehicles, what we are using today to intercept a missile, can also be used to intercept a satellite, because satellite is a better known geometry compared to a missile. So all the three elements exist. When to put them together and create an anti-satellite weapon is a decision we have to take in a different context. But definitely all capabilities exist with us,
Okay.
which can be converted.
And so Arjun Mark II and Arihant, if you could tell us what is the state that we've reached?
Arihant is going through the power-up phase. It's a progressive exercise. We have to monitor at various levels carefully. I am sure that will happen in a short time. And this year we are going to go through the sea trials phase where all weapons will also be fired. Arjun Mark II had very successful trials, very good exercise. We had some problems with the missiles being fired, which we are now rectifying, and I'm sure Arjun Mark II will be cleared with that.
But are you ready to give a time frame on the Arihant? We are aware that the sea trials will take place, but say by when does it actually become an actual force with us?
This is the first time we are going through a nuclear power-up exercise in a submarine. It has to go at various levels of safety and security. But we are confident that it will happen shortly. We'll be completing and going through.
Before this year ends, you hope?
Oh, definitely.
Okay,
Sure.
sir. Thank you so much. Wish you all the best in the coming year, sir. Thank you so much. So there you heard the DRDO chief elaborating and telling us exclusively to Headlines Today a lot of details about what the Indian Armed Forces can expect before this year ends.